What's up, teams? Your commissioner here, and I'm here with the Week 12 recap. Guess who's back? Yay! Zoe is back. She's so anxious to be on camera. Hi, team. Sorry I missed you. All right. So anyway, Zoe is back. She's been away from the camera for a little bit, so she's happy to be back on camera. All right. Okay, so week 12. You still want more? You want more? Okay. Here, you can sit next to me. Okay, stay there. Week 12. Well, the long-awaited defeat of Never See It Coming has finally come, and the streak is over. Yes. So I think other than Never See It Coming, everybody's pretty happy to see that. What's wrong? Okay. All right. So, let's see. The playoff race is getting very, very interesting. Let's see. I can tell you for the Vader Trophy and the playoffs, 3 teams have clinched a spot for sure. Never See It Coming, of course, in the number 1 seed. The number 2 and 3 seed are to be determined, but the Bonecracker and Fierce Sandra have secured a playoff spot, and likely in the 4th spot or possibly in the 3rd spot is me, the Dakinizer 2.0, and in the hunt, and this is a long shot, but Gotsuth for Brains could make the playoffs. He is down as far as points to me by 48 points, so he would need to outscore me this week by 49 points. And a really long shot, Dr. Phil, who is down to me by 119 points, would need to outscore me by 120 today. So, once again, long shots, but in the hunt. So, for the most part, seeds 2, 3, and 4 are up for grabs. It depends on who wins, who loses, and then also how many points everyone receives will make a difference. So the Vader is pretty much set, almost. So we'll know after this week. The Pink Plate playoffs, however, are up for grabs. There's only one person who has clinched a spot in the Pink Plate playoffs, and that would be Emperor Chenhua. But seeds 9, 10, and 11 are up for grabs as it sits right now. In the 9th seed is Camel Toe Killer, 10th Ninja Butt Rape, and 11th Jollibee. Now, in the hunt, who could still fall into the Pink Plate playoffs, Julio Let the Dogs Out, and Dropping Deuces. Depending on if they lose, there's a chance they could fall into the playoffs if someone wins and has more points than them. So they're in the hunt, but we'll see how it all plays out. So it's getting pretty tight as far as the playoffs, but nonetheless, really exciting stuff. So that brings us to the Week 12 recap. Let's get the primetime music started and let's go. All right, so this week's points leader is Fierce Sandra with 135 points. This is the first win this season, and he had pretty good contributions from Keenan Allen with 27 points, Jared Goff with 22 points, and the Gronk with 21 points. Pretty much with this week's win, that clinched you a playoff berth, so congratulations, and you win money, $10 to you. All right, other winners this week. The Bonecracker with 124 points, who did take down the Champ, never see it coming. Thank you. And let's see, Dr. Phil with 112 points, dropping deuces, turning the season around with 93. He might be able to get out of the pink plate. Well, he's out of it right now, but hopefully he can stay out of it. Camel Toe Killer with 92 points, beating me by 1 point. Close matchup. Pretty sore about that. Ninja Butt Rape with 91 points. So those are this week's winners. Congrats, teams. All right, and then the scoring leaders this week at number 1, tearing it up this week, Julio Jones with 44 points from Team Ninja Butt Rape. At number 2 is a tie. What can Brown do for you? Brown can do 34 points from Team Emperor Chenhua in a losing effort. Also, at number 2 from my team, Alvin Kamara with 34 points. And then at number 3, Robbie Anderson with 30 points from the Bone Cracker. So those are this week's scoring leaders. And now that brings us to this week's Come On Man, Not So Top 3. Okay, at number 3, I am calling out Julio Let the Dogs Out. You had a chance to steer clear of the pink plate playoffs if you had won, but instead you lost. Looking at your roster, there was absolutely no combination of your roster that would have got you the win this week. Your roster just straight up sucked. With this loss, you could, like I said, find yourself in the pink plate playoffs, and you really sucked this week, so you get a come on, man. All right, at number 2, calling out Aqib Talib and Michael Crabtree. Yes, as you know, they had a duel on Sunday, and they both got kicked out after the second play of the game. Obviously, there's history there. Michael Crabtree wears a golden chain. It's pretty thick, kind of like very Mr. T-ish. And I guess it bothered Aqib Talib. So last season, he yanked the chain, and that really got to Michael Crabtree. So this week, this season, Michael Crabtree had it out for him to kind of get revenge. And so second play of the game, they just went at it. They both got ejected, and now they're serving suspensions, which does affect me, which sucks. But man, that's like ghetto shit. That doesn't need to be in the NFL. Get that shit out of here. Grow up, be men. So you guys get a come on, man. All right, and then at number 1, Jollibee. How do I say this? Big time roster neglect. Okay, your starting lineup had 49 points. Your bench had 84 points. You lost 49-91. You didn't have anybody in your flex. On your bench, you had Phillip Rivers, who scored 31 points. Joe Mixon, who you and I trade for. You got Joe Mixon, I got Sammy Watkins. You still didn't put him in your lineup, and what does he do? He scores 24 points. Hunter Henry with 14 points. Those are some big-ass points that you just lost out on. Not to mention you got goose eggs from Tariq Cohen and Jared Cook. Yep. So I know why you had roster neglect, and it's not exactly a good excuse, but you went to Disneyland and forgot to set your roster. Come on, man. Where are your priorities? So you get the biggest, come on, man. And then I'd like to call out, and this is a come on, man. This is a come on, man of all of them this week. And it's against the Giants organization. I am in support. I'm wearing my Giants gear today in support of Eli Manning. It is absolutely wrong what has happened to him. And that is not how you treat a franchise quarterback. I don't care how bad he's sucking. I don't agree with the organization, what they're doing, what Coach McAdoo and the Mara owners are doing. Absolutely against it. It's wrong. This guy got you 2 Super Bowls, not the way you treat him. So, the Giants organization, as much as you are my team, this decision is a bonehead decision, and you guys get the biggest. Come on, man! This is not right. I'm a little passionate about that. All right. So, that brings us to the matchup of the week. 2 of them. I'm calling out, let's see, I'm highlighting, I should say, the Bonecracker versus Fierce Sandra. Both have a record of 8-4. What's at stake in this matchup? One of them could drop to the number 4 playoff spot. Right now, they're both, 2 and 3, and so one of them is obviously going to lose, which may help me. But yeah, that's what's at stake, possibly dropping to the 4th seed. And then for the pink plate, Julio let the dogs out, and the Camel Toe Killer both with a record of 5-7. Right now, Camel Toe's in the playoffs. Julio's looking in, and loser for this. Camel Toe could stay at the number 9, but if Julio let the dogs out, loses, he could become the number 9 seed, and Camel Toe could be out of the pink plate playoffs. So a lot at stake at that matchup. So that is it for your Week 12 matchup. Good luck in Week 13. It is the last game of the regular season before playoffs, so bring your A game. That's all I can say. This is your commissioner. I'm out. Deuces.